The desert wind howled through the abandoned town, kicking up dust and rattling the broken shutters of long-forgotten saloons. In the center of a dirt-covered main street, two men stood face to face, their gazes locked in a silent challenge. This wasn't just any brawl, it was a showdown between two legends: Chuck Norris, the martial arts master and action icon, and Kurt Russell, the rugged Hollywood tough guy who had battled everything from gangsters to supernatural forces. The world held its breath, waiting for the clash of titans to begin. Chuck Norris is no mere action star. He's a living legend, a man whose name alone sends shivers down the spines of even the most hardened warriors. A black belt in multiple martial arts disciplines, including Tang Soo Do, Taekwondo, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Norris has spent decades perfecting the art of combat. His training, discipline, and real-world fighting experience make him a near-unstoppable force in hand-to-hand combat. But Norris isn't just about technique. His sheer physical conditioning is unmatched. Even in his 80s, his strength, agility, and endurance outclass men half his age. His famous roundhouse kick has been the subject of countless internet legends for a reason. It's lethal, precise, and devastating. However, even the strongest warriors have weaknesses. Norris, for all his skill, follows a strict moral code. He fights with honor, never striking an opponent when they're down and always giving them a chance to walk away. Against a dishonorable foe, this could be a vulnerability. Furthermore, while Norris is incredibly strong, he is not invincible. A lucky strike, an unexpected trick, anything is possible in a fight of this magnitude. On the other side of the battlefield stands Kurt Russell, a man who may not have Norris's martial arts pedigree but has something just as dangerous: pure grit. Whether he's playing the eye-patched anti-hero Snake Plissken, a truck-driving martial artist in Big Trouble in Little China, or the hard-hitting Wyatt Earp, Russell has built his reputation on playing men who simply refuse to go down. Russell's real-life background in baseball gave him strong athletic ability, and his years of performing his own stunts in action films mean he knows how to take a hit and keep going. He's been thrown through windows, punched, kicked, and shot at, on screen of course, and he always comes back with a smirk. His endurance is his greatest strength. While he may not have Chuck Norris's technical skill, he has the ability to outlast most opponents through sheer determination and resilience. However, Russell's weakness lies in his lack of formal combat training. While he's undoubtedly tough, he doesn't have the structured fighting technique that Norris possesses. His fighting style is more brawler than martial artist, relying on instinct, brute force, and street smarts rather than disciplined execution. Against an opponent as precise as Norris, this could prove to be a fatal flaw. The town was silent as the two men squared up. Chuck Norris took a steady stance, his eyes calculating and calm. Kurt Russell cracked his knuckles and smirked, his body loose and ready for whatever came next. Russell moved first, launching a wild haymaker, but Norris sidestepped it effortlessly, countering with a swift, controlled sidekick that sent Russell stumbling back. The impact was undeniable, but Russell wasn't one to go down easily. He wiped the blood from his lip and came back swinging, landing a powerful body shot that made Norris grunt in pain. The fight escalated. Norris was a master of controlled strikes, his kicks and punches precise, while Russell fought like a cornered wolf, desperate, unpredictable, dangerous. They clashed again and again, exchanging blows that would have dropped lesser men. Russell's raw power was impressive, but Norris's skill allowed him to evade most of the damage while dishing out his own in return. Eventually, it became clear that Russell's stamina was wearing thin. His breathing became labored, his strikes slower. Norris, on the other hand, still looked as composed as ever. With a final devastating roundhouse kick, Norris sent Russell sprawling into the dust. The fight was over. In the end, Chuck Norris's technical prowess and experience proved too much for even the battle-hardened Kurt Russell. Russell's endurance and determination kept him in the fight longer than most would have lasted, but against a martial artist of Norris's caliber, sheer grit wasn't enough. Norris's ability to anticipate attacks, control the fight's pace, and deliver precision strikes ultimately gave him the edge. Still, even as Norris extended a hand to help Russell up, there was no shame in defeat. Russell had given everything he had, fighting with the same unwavering spirit that made him a legend in his own right. And as the two warriors nodded in mutual respect, it was clear that, though Norris had won the fight, both men had earned a place in the pantheon of action heroes. The wind picked up again, and just like that, the two icons disappeared into the sunset, one victorious, the other bruised but unbroken, and both forever legends in the eyes of those who witnessed the battle of the century.